is damaged, both locally and internationally. You unveil the dirtiness of Nigeria to the to the rest of the world. And we pray you continue to do so until Nigeria is finally decimated, and from the ashes we raise the hope of mankind, which is the Republic of Biafra. We implore you, Chukwukika Abiyama, to come and put words in the mouth of your children that they may speak sensibly to humanity. That after now, what will be on record in all the nations of the earth will be how to let Biafra go. Chukwukika Abiyama, we ban every spirit of obedience in this very space today. Every spirit of terrorism inflicted Nigerians, we ban them here today. Everyone who come here to talk stupid things, Chukwukika Abiyama, never allow us to give him mic. This is our prayer today in the name of Chukwukika Abiyama. Thank you, Muchineke, as we proceed. Yes, the topic of discussion is 2023 marks 2023 election marks the end of Nigeria. Yes, we are here now to give our testimony on how you contributed to the ending of this satanic edifice. So, I will go this way. Before you will choose to go into electioneering in a crisis climatic state like Nigeria, or climatic crisis states like Nigeria, first thing you have to do is to reflect on the need for electioneering. What is the people saying? What have they been saying? Are they all in agreement that we are going to election and elect a president, elect a governor, and whatsoever? Or is there some fragment of the nation or country that is saying contrarily? What do we do? This is the first step to nationhood or to democracy, what America calls democracy. I don't believe this. If California, for instance, in America, refuse to partake in American election, don't you know that America will stop the election just to solve the crisis that is leading to California boycotting American general election? So also to Britain. If a particular empire in Britain boycotts their election, I believe the election will not go ahead until the whole issue is ratified. But it is only in the zoo that a whole region say we are not going to partake in your election, and they still went ahead to conduct selection instead of election. This is pathetic. And Nigeria will go to ECOWAS and start fighting Mali, that Mali is fighting against democracy. Nigeria will go into ECOWAS meeting and start fighting the Republic of Burkina Faso, because Burkina Faso rejected Old Fool as a president. Nigeria will go to United Nations to address them, a supposed democratic body. UN will allow Nigeria to their podium to speak trash. This is quite unbelievable. And why are they not talking? Because they call you black. You can, however the blacks wants to go, they should go. If we allow them to be in equal status with us, it means we are gone. So we will be giving them hard time, no space to make decisions. And those idiots who went to validate election yesterday, don't you see what happened to you? Many of you are not hearing me now because you are in the mortuary. Some of them are in the mortuary, and some are hospitalized, and they are passing through excruciating pain right now. So they are not hearing me. When next they will call for election, the baboons and monkeys will rush to go and vote. Ask them not to go, they say, hey, you are stopping a democratic process. What is democratic process about Nigerian election? From the presidency to the governor, haven't you all not seen it? So what else do you want? This is why we have come to this place today to let Biafrans know that there's nothing anymore called Nigeria, that Nigeria ended alongside with their fraudulent election. Courtesy of IPOB autopilot, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So, fellow Biafrans, I'm going to be allowing you to air your speech and your view as regard to the zoo election. And here we go. Uche Okoda, unmute yourself and let us proceed from here. Good morning.
Good morning, my good brother Success. It's been a long time. Please, I want you to reach me after this program because there have been a lot of things I wanted to pass through to you, but unfortunately, we are not communicating all the while. I thank you, fellow Biafrans. We thank God because of the election or the selection, as the case may be, that have come and gone. We warned them. We told our people that this is Nigeria, that we have studied for a long time and we have known their modus operandi. It's never a country, it is a business setup, but they wouldn't listen. There has never been an elected president in Nigeria. It has always been selection. Their PVCs, their votes have never counted. All my life, I have casted vote for once, only once in all my life. When I discovered this, I desisted from participating in elections. And I thank God for the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who came up with what Nigeria is made of. I also thank God for our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who understands better the situation and he is facing it headlong. We are winning. We told them, they wouldn't listen. All the celebrities that went out to vote yesterday collected the Nigerian woto woto. And thank God today they are our living witnesses. They are telling us how it happened live yesterday. Now, I'm sure they'll be running back to look for a way, because we know it is not possible that Nigeria will do a right thing. Why? Because it's founded on a wrong foundation. It's a business enterprise and never a country. So, as it is now, Biafrans should get ready to go. The stage has been set. Everything is clear now to both local and international communities. Everybody now understands Nigeria better. Yesterday, 97% of Biafrans sat at home. We sat at home. Biafra land was like graveyard yesterday. If you moved around, 97% of Biafrans were at home. It's a signal to the international community that we do not want Nigeria anymore. And those outside Biafra land, who wanted to make a difference wherever they find themselves saw that the election was a fraud. Now there's no more excuse. Everybody is crying. I already know, because I got intel before this time, that the election will be cancelled. They're just buying time. These particular elections, both the presidential and this one that was done yesterday, will be cancelled. And interim government will be instituted. We will have an interim president. When the interim president comes, that's when we will know that Biafra is finally going to go. Any moment from this time, before the impostor goes down, before his tenure expires, it will be clear to everybody. So, fellow Biafrans, I want to encourage you. I want you to buckle your seatbelt. I want you to add fire. I want you to add vigor to what you're doing. We are almost there. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you. And I think immediately after the space, you can chat me up.
Oh,
Let me
no,
see.
that platform is not you're gonna give me the platform where I can chat you now. You know, the other channels are no more working. I'm not getting you there anymore.
Okay, you can chat me through my inbox on this Twitter. Let's
Okay,
change it.
You have to follow me back then so that I can give you private mail.
There's no issue.
Okay. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, thank you for your contribution. And fellow Biafrans and people of goodwill, what you need to understand is that if we keep quiet, the world will validate this very election. We need to remind the world that there was no election in Nigeria in 2023. We need to make Nigeria a shame of democracy. We need to make sure that wherever Nigeria goes for any international meetings, they are reminded of this day. And how is it going to happen? Through this very medium we are taking now. We are going to be so much strong in the media to alert the world of the impunity that went on in Nigeria as of yesterday. Though we are not part of it. And no Biafran was killed. No Biafran was injured. Everybody was at home. Those at Lagos calling for help, I told them, remain there and start calling for your help. Because if you study Nigeria very well, those of you praying for peace in Lagos not supposed to have been praying for peace in Lagos. Because Lagos is what you know as Nigeria. That's just the secret. That's just the secret. And what they did yesterday to sectionize and profile a particular ethnic group, it shows that long time ago, these people have already accepted our republic. What we have to do is to be man enough to go into declaration and stand very firm to defend our young republic. And there's nothing else. 2023 election has demonstrated that Nigeria has ended, that Biafra has left a long time ago. Ask Biafrans in Kano if they voted. Ask Biafrans in Jos if they voted. Ask Biafrans in Kaduna if they voted. Ask Biafrans in Jigawa if they voted. Ask Biafrans in Sokoto if they voted. Of course not. Those who think that Lagos is a no man's land went out to vote and they collected yesterday. So it shows this is a practical evidence that yes, Biafra has already, long time ago, they have already let us go. And we must uphold this very light by demanding the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we no longer belong to Nigeria. That's why Onyendu said Simon Ekpa is bringing a new dimension. Onyendu was canvassing for election boycott between 2017 and 2019. Simon Ekpa came and introduced a new dimension that there will be no zoo election in Biafra land. And exactly it went so. For to those who are saying, people voted, they are counting votes, that is not true. They are ashamed. The governors, the contestants, how many of them were shown voting, casting their votes, as Sowelu was shown casting his votes, and other governors? How many of your own governors in Biafra land were televised casting his or her vote? This shows that there was no election yesterday in Biafra land. And if they go ahead to release any results, that is where the battle will smoke them off. And from the ashes, Biafrans will rise. Yes, if Tibor, please unmute yourself and talk to us. Ugo, are you there? Hello, Ugo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, Success.
Okay, go ahead. 2 minutes, please.
Good morning, everyone from all over the world. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in the zoo. I'm speaking from the zoo. I want to greet everybody. Mr. Success, you've been doing a very good job, and we so much appreciate you for the jobs you've been doing for us, especially coming to this space from time to time to sensitize our people on the happenings in the zoo called Nigeria. I want to say that I am very, very happy. I'm the happiest man on earth today. The world has seen that our agitation is valid, is legal, and it is what it should be. That no same person in the world, a human being living in the world today, will see the jamboree they called that happened yesterday all over Biafra land that will call it election. There cannot be election where you have over 50 million people and only just 1,000 persons came out to vote. That is not an election. Where you see a house member, a state house of assembly member, an ordinary, just a little boy with armored personnel carrier going from booth to booth to snatch ballot beavers and ballot papers and all that. It is very shameful. Very, very shameful. We must continue. We must continue. We have really shamed them, and they are also feeling the heat. Let us continue what we are doing. I'm encouraging everybody. God is vindicating us. God is really working to show the world that these people are innocent, that the agitation is looked into and be granted. The world.
Are you still there, Ugo?
Dating Nigeria again. That is what it means. If actually Obasanjo did not come out to vote yesterday, what they So I am so happy. I'm so happy that everything turns out like that. Our brothers who have not listened, who are still there talking about, especially our brothers in Yoruba land, talking about Yoruba is Lagos is no man's land. I'm really sorry for those that that deafen their ears to heed to our cries that you shouldn't validate Nigeria. Yesterday they got it water, and that is even the best thing for us. In fact, they went out. That their actions also is also speaking for us in a quantum, because we refuse to validate that them going out to vote, and Lagosians and the Lagos, Nigeria, and Nigeria, telling them not to come and vote in the presence of police, army, and all whatnot. That is to show that they don't really want these people. In fact, the action also is also helping us. That is why most times we don't condemn whatever thing that's going on. God is the master of is God is master. God is planning everything for us. Both the saboteurs, people sabotaging us, and people who are not listening to us to sit at home, all of them, God is using them for our own common good. So I want to appreciate everybody. I want to tell you, success. Continue doing what you're doing. We are behind you, and we will continue to support you and support Mazin Namdekano and Simon Ekpa till the end. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Success, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much. And you have to remain with us here. Yes, supposedly that Nigeria claimed to have carried out election where over millions of people registered in each state, and we are just having a few thousands of votes cast. Vote cast. It's supposed to arouse a question that what is happening? What is the people's grievances? If Nigeria is really a working entity, but by all means they want to make sure that they do this, and they will say yes, we had the election. That is not true. There was no election in Nigeria, and Nigeria has ended. Thank you very much. Anthony, are you there? Anthony, unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Success. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. This is actually my first time on this space. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. You're welcome.
So, actually, I'm in Lagos State, and I happen to be in a group in which I'm the only one that is talking about the rising sun. I mean, the Biafran nation. Every other person in that group, all of them are talking about Obidio all the time. So you can imagine the kind of attack I'll be receiving in that place. But I thank God for what happened yesterday. That one of our member, is among the people that got a very serious injury yesterday. If you see the face of that young man, blood was just flowing from his nose. That means he has a kind of internal injury. So I want to thank you people for the good work you are doing. I want to thank the person of Simon Ekpa and our supreme leader, Mazen Namdekano. I know that whenever he is, that Chineke Nigeria, Chinarori or possess go people that is working with him. And I want to thank you for the good work we are doing. And I want to pray that God will continue to sustain you people. You know, many people that are thinking that they are actors or actors, many of them receive it very seriously yesterday because they thought that because of their fame, because of ordinary Nollywood, they are acting on TV, that will save them. But it shows that no, they don't care. These people, terrorists don't know anybody. They can kill you at any time. And I thank God that we have people that is talking about our freedom. I am number one person that support you people. Anytime, any day, I will still stand on my ground. I can never validate this country called Nigeria. It can never happen. If it is the only thing we are going to achieve achieve in our own time, we will do it collectively to make sure that our unborn generation will never experience what we are experiencing in this place. And I pray that God will help each and every one of us, the lovers of freedom, people that are supporting the freedom of their people, and all the people at the forefront, people that are bringing their resources. Inside the market we are, or Igbo market, everybody know about Alaba International. Every individual in that place, they know what we are passing through, in this country. And the thing now that is very difficult, as in it paid me so much to see that many of those people refuse to understand that we have a long way to go if we didn't do anything now. So But I can see that Hannah knows you there now. Everybody is hearing the music now. So I want to thank you, my brother. May God continue to strengthen you people. May God continue to lead you and direct everything you people are doing. I pray that no anybody that will raise evil hand that gagbaji, wherever had all this place, everybody is seeing it. That ihe na adigo ka ọ ga-adị. Biafra is free. I can assure you that. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let me give other people space to talk. Thank you and thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. And those Igbos in Lagos who think that Lagos is their land, I laugh at them because history is said to repeat itself. Start making way home. Start making plans to come home because ọ ga-adị egwu. Ọ ga-eru this enwe mgbe ọ ga-eru nwanne aga amazikwa ya nwanne ya, let alone you are in a strange land and you are there telling the people that you are in a no man's land. This is a political statement. Don't take it serious. Everybody, every Igbo man in Lagos, wherever you may be in Lagos, Idiorok or Alaba, wherever, anywhere, start making plans home. Because Oga Diego, there's no much talk in the evening service. No Kambere. So if they cannot understand now, they will understand later. And let me correct one impression. People will say if the restoration of Biafra is the restoration of Biafra is the only thing, Biafra is bigger than any achievement. So if our God have mercy by His willing in our own time, it comes. My brother, is the highest achievement anybody can boast of. So it is an honor to be a part of this very movement. When time will come, when we grow old, when we'll be telling our stories of how this movement, how we began this movement and how we ended the movement and what gave birth to Biafra, people will come to you as a sage. As a sage. They will come to you as a person that they can be able to get sensible facts from, not to any F level. So do this struggle as if all of your whole life is buried in it. Do it as if there is no other hope anywhere except that. The hard way is the only way. And Biafra will come. Thank you. Thank you very much. Emeka, Mazi Emeka, please submit yourself. Emeka Joseph Rambo, unmute yourself.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. Mazi Success, I greet you as well. You are doing a wonderful job, and I must recommend you. It's not easy.
I greet you. Thank you very much.
What happened yesterday is like, how will I even call it? It should be more like, yeah. What happened yesterday should be something that everybody will be talking about, because most of the obedience, they now understand that Nigeria is meant for nobody at all. Nigeria is a company created just for just for just to enslave people and use them as whatever they want to do, milking mineral resources. But that's not what I'm here to say. I just thank God that everything worked out well, worked out fine yesterday. Everybody sat at home. Yes, everybody sat at home. Southeast was in total lockdown. Everywhere is in a total lockdown yesterday. Everybody sat at home, and I thank everybody, all Biafrans all over the world. I thank you all. Even some people in Lagos, some Biafrans in Lagos also sit at home. So it's more like it's a win-win for us. It's a win-win. Another thing is that I also saw that the zoo gutter news medias are also reporting that Southeast sat at home, everybody sat at home, and it's affecting the election, the election that they are rigging. Very, very funny. It's so funny. Understand? But it's well, it's well. We thank God. We thank God. And also, there's this guy I was just scrolling down Twitter now. There's this guy called Chinedu. I don't know if you know him. I think police captured him yesterday. They took him, one of the obedients that was celebrating that Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested in Finland. You know, he was calling him all manner of names, calling Mazi Simon Ekpa terrorist. And now, yesterday, police picked him up. You can imagine how Kama works. Well, it's well. I just thank you all, my fellow Biafrans. Keep it up. Biafra is here. Biafra has come to stay. No retreat, no surrender. We move regardless. Thank you all. I yield the mic.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you. And yesterday, I think in south east and south, it was a complete lockdown.
Total
Um,
lockdown.
and they saw their shame by themselves. They couldn't believe it. And they couldn't believe it that after all that happens, all the campaign, all the blackmail, all the lies, people will still not come out to vote. The shock is still with them right now. And whoever they will declare winner of the selection yesterday, is about to stand. So let us keep our fingers across and watch them. And those who debated that Simon Ekpa has been arrested, Nelson Mandela said the freedom fighter has only but 3 homes, and they cannot be there in the 3 homes once. It's either you are in this one or in this one. That means it's either you're in prison, or you are in the grave, or you're in exile. This is for freedom fighters. And whether arrest or an arrest, it doesn't deter us. They can't even stop us. That's just one thing. It can't even stop us. And they have seen their shame now. Who is arrested now? He himself he will be there in the police detention today. Maybe around 12 o'clock, they go and give him beans. Nonsense beans that they will cook for him. He will eat. He's serving Nigeria and paying the price for Nigeria. So good luck to him. Yes, Efe, you can unmute yourself now. And Efe, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I salute everybody. I want to appreciate your efforts. I want to thank everybody for everything one that they do. Yes, no day easy to get freedom. No be small thing. Now struggle, and I thank God. Say God, they make our struggle not the day easy. What happened yesterday? I want so much thank God because it be like the story of Israelites in the land of Egypt. You know, when our spokesperson talk say na these people go use their own hand carry this our straw, our freedom give us. Many people no understand that. But now e don clear very well. Say truly, they don't tell us may we go. Remember, in the times of Moses, when the children of Israel dey for Egypt, e got to a point when God don deal with them tire, and then they vex say, abeg make una dey go, make una dey go. We no need una again. Na the same thing exactly na dey play out so. So I want to thank God that He don open everybody eyes now. For those of them wey still dey do stubborn head, not necessarily in different part of the country, they call country. Now e don clear for their eyes say yes, nobody accept them here. They are telling everybody now, go to your place. They go. Say they don't want us here again because there's no way election will happen the way it happened yesterday. Somebody will tell me, say, with the right senses, he's still accepted or he is recognized. They still know him, say, be part of Nigeria. No. Because yesterday, now so, for Lagos here, now so that they tell everybody, don't come out. If you know, say, be so tribe. If you know, say, you want vote, no one vote for so party. Don't come out. If you come out, we go kill you. Now, I will kill you. Not be said that they say we will wound you. Now, killing threat, direct threat. Now that they give out yesterday, everybody they hear am, the whole world they hear am. Not be saying in one place or the other, everywhere filled up with threats. I thank God so much yesterday. So none of our people when they killed. I'm talking of the people that believe in our freedom. So I just want to appreciate your effort, Mr. Success. Very soon, just like as we say before the ending of this year, we go sleep for Nigeria, woke up with Biafra, and that's how it go be. God will approve am. The whole world now cannot say they are not aware again, say they don't know what they happen again. This one is clear, e show. Twitter self carry am. Nobody when go talk say yeah, you don't know what they happen in Nigeria. Nobody again. It don't happen. It don't clear for everybody eyes. So I appreciate your effort with every other person that is putting hand together to make sure we get what we are looking for. Thank you so much. I'm a kind of busy now, but I'm still with you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you very much. And let me retreat this from Mazinam Dekan. He said, unless Nigeria wants to make sure that none of its citizens will have an international or local reputation, then they should continue holding Biafra. We are going to destroy Nigeria in a way that, in the sense that, if you travel out and say you are a Nigerian, they will split on your face. And this is that time that Onyendu talked about in those days. It is just right happening now. Because what is going on in Nigeria now, you can't travel out now and be able to say you're a Nigerian. They will look at you as a monkey, somebody who don't know what he's doing, and all those things. Both those that claim to be air light, and those that are land light, and those that are water light, and those that whatever they are may be light, will make sure that we'll drag their reputation to the mud, if they have any. Unless the only thing that will save them from this mess is let Biafra go. That's all. When once they let us go, then they can go and have whatever they want to have, their Katangora Republic or anything they want, and practice whatever they wish to practice. It's not our business. But holding us and thinking that you go to America and have fun, it will never work. Or you go to Spain and have fun. Any of these several countries you travel to and you present that useless green passport, you know what they're going to do. They will attack you. We are getting to that level where anywhere you present Nigerian passport, you'll be attacked. You will be attacked. Not even from the Biafrans residing in that country, but from the indigenes of those very countries, the citizens of those countries. They will attack you. Thank you very much. Yes, Gerard, your hand is up. Please unmute and talk to us. 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I greet you. I'm so glad to be in this place this morning. So I will always say, from the ashes of Nigeria, Biafra shall rise again, and that is certain. So, considering what happened yesterday, I believe everyone was able to see it. How Nigeria destroyed themselves democratically, and their reputation was rubbed to the mud, because I believe most of the international communities were observing what was happening in Nigeria yesterday. So, and I also thank our able dragon for doing the needful. Our people sat at home, and it is on record that no Biafran was seen voting, except those Almajiris that are in Biafra land, that we are paid to 2 naira to go outside there to validate Nigeria, of which they are suffering today. So most of us, even the Hinta land, were not able to go and vote, because the whole Biafra land was under lock and key, to be honest. I have proven a point to the Nigerian government. So our people are now, some of us who were sleeping before, so we're able now to realize what is happening and what the truth actually is. And I believe that by now, nobody will come out tomorrow and be talking about Nigeria and how to make a new Nigeria, because that new Nigeria that we are seeking for is never possible. It will never be possible. It has been proven yesterday. So what happened on the 25th of February during the presidential election was just a child's play compared to what happened yesterday, because yesterday they did it all. And to our Igbo brothers who reside in Lagos, saying that Lagos is a no man's land, they believe that they have built Lagos and Lagos belongs to them, whereas they abandoned their home. They are supposed to bring back their investments too. They went and they were deceived. to take all their investment to Lagos because of the seaport that was built there. Everything was on agenda. Everything was well planned and well orchestrated by the Nigerians. So now it is playing out. So, but I rather prefer that someone have to save his life first than saving properties. It is not yet late. Most of our brothers who are there can still come back home, start up afresh, bring some of your properties home and start up. It is not late. The most important thing now is freedom. Once we get Biafra, everything will bounce back better. So this is my submission this morning, and I thank each and every one of us who are on this space this morning, and our brothers who are doing the needful, the ESN who are in the bushes, making sure that our farms are safe, because this election has proven everything. If not for the wisdom that our dragon used, they will have said that yeah, Biafra started killing their people during the election and all that. But he used the most expensive wisdom in this election. So all these politicians couldn't hide their ego anymore, because they have to come out with the talks which they have been using to keep Biafrans. But now it is now in the open that what has been happening all this while had been politically masterminded and orchestrated by all these politicians. So thank God for what is happening today and where we are today. So from here, I believe that we're going to get the best and we are moving forward. God bless you, Chikodri, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you. Ezigbote nwa Chineke. Ndị na-eme m obi ụtọ. God bless you. Then, yes, I have a co-host now. My co-host should continue to invite people to speak. Then, whenever necessary, then I can come in. Co-host, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother Success. The person that has just spoken, we thank you for that good submission. This shows that everybody is following up what is happening. Okay, Emeka, please unmute your mic and talk to us. Emeka, are you there? Yeah.
It's like Emeka's microphone is worrying him. Then, or network, he should look for a better network. Maybe he's speaking from the Zoom. And come back.
Saying that, can't you hear me now?
Okay, Emeka, go ahead. We can hear you. Yes, go ahead.
What I'm
No, the network is bad. Justice.
It's like you're speaking from Daura. Your network is something else. Please, Emeka, then look into your network. Please, Max, invite another person.
Please, brother Matt, unmute your mic. Justice.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Justice, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, everyone. My brother Success, good morning. And good morning, everyone. You know, what I want to say is that with the topic of the room, this 2023 election marked the end of Nigeria. Like my brother Success is saying, Nigeria is dead everywhere, and we are helping to kill it finally. I tell everybody that I have to speak or talk to about Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian. I told them that I'm a Biafran. And they will ask me, where is this Biafra? I will tell them that it's from West Africa. And they will Google it. You know, Google is your friend. And I will tell them that we have nothing to do with Nigeria. And I will tell them the reason why. The reason why is the dangerous diversity. The reason why is the sham election. And not, this is not one, not two, not three sham elections that have ever happened in Nigeria. It have always happened. Three, do you see how they humiliated us in Lagos? The country, they say, one, they are preaching to you one Nigeria, but they profile you not to vote because you're an Igbo man. And you think it's going to stop there? And people think it's going to stop there? Now they have the federal power, and their candidate is going to win Lagos. By the time these two things happen, you are now in for a big show. They will not drag you out from your shop and tell you to go and bring social amount because they're going to overtax you. And by the time they start taxing you, with this money shortage, you will now go to the square one of your life. And this is what we are telling our brothers. You cannot drive in Nigeria. If people don't understand it, I don't know why simple. Yesterday, I spent time listening to Onyendu, how he talk about this, our people. And you are looking at what is playing today, you will know that that man is not an ordinary human being. So when you look at our people and I'm asking them, you can't drive in. This is buying and selling. You know, when they say Igbos are doing well, I say, okay, can we put it in a percentage? How many people, Igbos that are in Lagos, a graduate that come to Lagos and driving Okada, is it doing well? If you go and check, if Igbos are 1 million in Lagos, maybe what the people that are doing well, maybe like 1% or 10% of that 1 million people of Igbos that are in Lagos. There are some ones that cannot go home. They live in one room with their children, with 3 children in 1 bedroom, and he's riding Okada or Keke, and he's a graduate, and he's in Lagos. You are doing well. We know people that are doing well, and we know how they get to the level of doing well. It's not what we come and talk on the public, but we know. You go to Kaduna, Kano, you see those women that are selling pepper and the osoji in Sabongeri that are doing well. If you go there, maybe 2 or 3 people who are into transport, maybe they have built one hotel, and we say Igbos are doing well. You go the same thing in Kano. Somebody phone. I'm getting a feedback.
Sit down. You're not doing well now.
Hello, Mazi Justice, please unmute your mic again. Mazi Justice, unmute your mic again. Continue.
Yeah. So if you go to Sokoto, the same thing. Few people are now putting our freedom in danger. They will say that we are doing well all over the places. You are relying on buying and selling. And think that you want your children to be part of this mess, that anywhere they live, one day they will tell them you're not going to vote and they beat them up. You see blood flowing everywhere because you're an Igbo man. What happened to invention? Can't we invent something? We have children that can invent GPS, drone, that can do so many things in our land. Car, that can invent a solar panel, things that we can use on our own. This guy should mute now. Why is he unmuting himself?
Mazi Justice, continue.
Sorry, it was a mistake. Sorry, mistake.
So what I'm saying is that we think that by buying and selling is what is called business. There are people like Steve Jobs, people like Microsoft. We have people have brain that can do things that are better than that if we have our own nation. But you cannot do it in Nigeria. So we think we're going to end up all the year round. We are businessmen. And the business we are doing is just selling phone accessories in Alaba market or selling phone accessories. And when they want to punish you, they just change the Naira note or they make dollar go up. At the end of the day, people still in diaspora are the one helping you with that money for that business. Are we going to continue like this? So what I'm saying is that right now, I think it's hard time. We're not going to be harsh. We're not going to tell some of our brothers that are started obedient that, oh, we told you. We're not going to mock them. Thank God there are some of them. In my tweet this morning, I wake up, one person came to my tweet and said that if you have ever said anything wrong about Nnamdi Kanu, may God forgive him. That he have woken up now. And I think so many of them are coming to that understanding. So we are not going to be telling them we told you, or we're going to try to be harsh or mock them. This is a time Igbos have to make this painful decision. Don't be afraid. This is time we're going to make that painful decision. Whatever you have anywhere you have in the world, as if we get our freedom by referendum, is protected. And if we have to pay the price, ultimate price, to secure the future for our children, let it be. So we leave this country that is toxic, that is evil, that are traumatizing. I can't even imagine seeing this kind of bigotry from Yoruba people, for me and them to share the same space as a country. And be honest with you, talk less of this, our innocent children, to have to go through this mental torture. So is that time we talk to each other, love each other? Like I told them, if you kill your madman, when mad people invade your house, there will not be any madman to chase them away. I posted it when you people try to destroy Nnamdi Kanu, destroy Samuel Ekpa, but these people are protecting their own from north to the west. They are protecting their own. When it comes to our own, we want to kill them. It's hard time all of us have to make this decision, come together as a one people, and decide to leave Nigeria, stay in Nigeria. But I'm ending with this. Onyendu told us, anyone that is preaching one Nigeria to you is your worst enemy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother Justice. God bless you for the submission. Very intelligent and informative, detailed submission. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Let me add something to what he said.
Okay.
Can some of us remember the phone call between Shetima and Kule in 2014, 2015?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
All right. The same Shetima is your vice president-elect today. And I want you to look beyond now. What will be the future of the Igbos, those who accepted to live in Nigeria? Thank you. And you go ahead and pass on to.
Okay. Mazi David. Can you unmute your mic?
Okay. Thank you so much. I want to greet Success. I say kudos. I doff my cap for you. I want to use the opportunity to thank the dragon himself. And I want to as well thank everybody here on the space today. My heart, I am very, very happy. Happy in the sense that, God works in a mysterious way. Our God works in a mysterious way. And the thought of God is not the thought of man. Some of us, when the emergence of this obedient movement came about, most of us were mad. Yes, we have reason to be mad. But God was using that same movement to bring lesson to most of our stubborn brothers and sisters in Biafran land. The emergence of P2B and that his movement was designed just like in one of the broadcasts our dragon said. He said he thanked P2B for making himself to be used by God in order to open the eyes of most of our Biafran brothers and sisters who are blockheads, who are so adamant, who are antagonistic to what we were doing, to the restoration and liberation of the Biafran people. Early this morning, I was in a space and they were discussing is Nigerian practicing democracy and what is the fate of Igbos in Nigeria. And I picked that interest in that topic, and I went there. I wanted to listen and see what they had to say. So as I was listening, majority, in fact, 95% of people that were in that space, they were obedient. And I was just listening to see what they are saying. From speaker A to speaker Z, all of them were full of lamentations. I even had some of our brothers from the hinterland, from the south, the so-called south or Niger Delta, because all those fabricated names don't really go down with me, but they were saying they are from south and all the rest of them. All of them were lamenting. Some were even apologizing on the space for not joining the agitators, for not being able to support the agitators, because they have now been proven wrong that Nigeria can never work for them. And immediately they were saying that, I raised up my hand and I requested for the mic. And after 2 or 3 speakers, they gave me the mic to speak. And during their submission, the people that were speaking, or the people that spoke earlier, none of them was for a new Nigeria anymore. None of them was vying for a new Nigeria anymore. All of them were lamenting, and saying that the best thing for the best way now is for referendum and for Nigeria to go back to the regions. And I was like, I was just listening to them, and none of them were tackling the problem from the basics. They were now apportioning blames to the Eastern governors, to our political leaders, that why are they not developing the East? Why is their political leaders not doing anything in our state? That people should come back from Lagos to come and develop Igbo land. Then from there, they can start to know that Biafra will come. And I was listening until they gave me the mic. And immediately they gave me the mic, I thank the former speakers, and I want to tell them that they were addressing the problem from the surface, instead of them to go to the root cause of the problem, that Nigeria have been structured by the Fulani, that what we are seeing today have been has been the plan of the Fulanis to take over our indigenous communities and propagate their Islamic agenda. And I was giving them instances. Immediately they saw that I was coming with hellfire. I was coming with hellfire. They just removed me from the space. So what am I trying to say? I want to really thank everyone here today to make sure when we see a dragon, we should buy him champagne. We should buy dragon champagne, and the men that are on ground. Somebody like Success here, we should be able to tell these people, you have done really well, because what the type of experience, the type of sense, just like Mr. Sense, I hope Mr. Sense is here, the type of sense that Simon, our spokesperson, used was extraordinary. If just like we were saying, oh, let us go and enforce it at home, let us go and enforce no election, let us go and enforce so that people will not come out and this and that. What did Simon do? Simon was focusing on the awareness aspect of that, to create that awareness so that people will know that Nigeria will not favor them. At the end of creating that awareness, he left it. During the presidential election, only 4 million people came to vote out of 25 million that registered to vote. Then, as that one was happening, this election, this yesterday's election, everywhere was under lockdown.
Okay. What is the problem?
All right. It's like his network is poor. That's network fluctuation.
Mr. Sense, I've been trying to bring you in, but your network, I don't know what is wrong with your network.
The network is not working.
Okay, go ahead now, and bring another person. What is he will definitely come back and to continue where he stops.
Okay. Okay. Mazi Heaven, can you unmute your mic?
Thank you so much.
Please,
Am I coming out loud and clear?
before you continue, please. Dr. Jeff is here again, and honestly, I don't have respect for this man anymore. So he can just be here and listen and go. Now he will now know that we told them how evil Nigeria is, and he is backing Obi to make sure that our people are enslaved in Nigeria. And we are telling him, we told him practically the danger Obi's emergence as a president of Nigeria is imposing in the life of indigenous people, especially that of from the east. And he vehemently went ahead to validate Obi in Nigeria. And to God be the glory, Obi failed. Obi was not selected. It means that Dr. Jeff may no longer have partake in the corrupt money of Nigeria. So
that is it.
he can only listen. Please, thank you.
Okay, Mark,
go ahead.
Go ahead now.
Am I coming out clear?
Unmute your mic now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I think someone's mic is on, and a child is crying or something.
Go ahead.
I think Mr. Justice, maybe your mic. Yeah. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. And I want to say good morning to everyone. First and foremost, I would like to admit that I was, one of the obedience. Forefront obedient, and before Pyro to now, I was in the Biafra movement, and I saw Obi. I said, okay, let's try and see how it turns out. But everything that have happened of recent have changed many people's perception. And I just want to ask like some pertinent question. Because obviously this thing that happened, let's be honest, it has recruited many people to begin to look at the way of the Biafran question and the agitation question. The main question would be how the people in the Biafra movement already will accept the multitude and millions of people that will be coming at least to find succor in the agitation. IPOB, as it stands now, during the Nnamdi Kanu period while he was there, he had like a huge followership. There is no violence, like all of that. But now when you call IPOB, people remind you of the violence, the killing, and all of that. So, in as much people want to, come back to agitation, but they are scared because of this. There's a report that came out that IPOB is number 10 or whatsoever among terrorists, and all of that. My question I want to ask to the host and co-host and people on this platform: the evils that will be coming back to the IPOB or the agitation movement, what are they lay down guideline for them to feel among what's the thing that will make them convince them to come back to prior to now the IPOB have not been listed as the 10th whatsoever, and the way it is now is kind of tiring for them throughout this OB campaign. If you say anything, you say, oh, you're IPOB. IPOB is like a name you used to shame people now. Coming back now, like back to my question, how will they be received, and what is the laid down rule? What's the thing that we are going to do? What's the direction? We can say referendum, and referendum can be conducted the same way this election is conducted. We can say we want to, use the other means, but as it stands now, many people are willing to go with the other means. But who will lead the other means? Is it, DOS stuff, Simon Ekpa stuff? You have different things. I look at the IPOB movement now. If he's when Nnamdi Kanu was
My
around,
brother, excuse me.
yeah.
Excuse me. Let me help you. And I'm not helping you as maybe somebody who know what he's doing. That I'm not helping you. That you are somebody who know what he's doing. Because Nelson Mandela reminded us something, that anybody who changes his perception
Principle.
because situation change, principle because situation change, is not fit to be a leader.
That's it.
You understand me? Now, you were once an IPOB. Even now, you're an IPOB because you're an indigenous person of Biafra. IPOB is not anybody that has registered or take oath or whatever. Once you are born from the land of the rising sun, you are automatically an IPOB member, including those who are antagonizing our own principle. They are part of it, including you, that were once in front of the agitation, and you saw something look like O, B, I, and you ran after him. Most of us are people who we know to go school, but one thing we do is that we don't easily forget where the one we grab. I saw what Obi did to our people in Anambra State. In under his watch, Obi was the first governor that he gave the order shoot at sight to Okozo SARS. The Uzu River incident is there. There are so many other atrocities Obi committed as a governor of Anambra State, which if I should go ahead to talk about it, am I going to talk about the financial crime? Am I going to talk about the social crimes or whatsoever crime that you may ascribe to him? But no, he came out to be president. And when he came out at the heat of our agitation, because they know what the impact we are making towards using the rendition of our leader Nnamdi Kanu, he came out to distract us. And you, a member, one of his disciples, jumped from the boat into Obi boat. Now that Obi boat has capsized, you will come out with your life jacket. You still want to come and jump back into our boat. Now let me tell you one thing that you need to understand. Obi Ozo, Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, former president, the one that is late now, said something. He said, it takes the few to fight for the many. It takes the few to fight for the many. We are not ready to receive anybody. And IPOB, which I am member of, principal officer of, is not listed as number 10 of any terrorist organization.
Exactly.
People don't read.
Say that.
I'm telling you, they were only making reference to Nigeria, tagging IPOB a terrorist group. A terrorist does not have registration in all the countries of the world. And there's no IPOB in Nigeria. We have IPOB, one IPOB. When we say IPOB, it is one family. There's no IPOB in America. It is one IPOB on one mission. So those of them who have gone to prostitute with Obi, and they now felt that there is time for them to return back. If they wish, maybe they're no longer fit for Nigeria, then they should form their own agitation body and continue. But for them to return into the same IPOB that they celebrated the day Simon was invited, all of them celebrated it, to come in and eat their vomit. They are not man enough. And if we are part of these people, I can't even imagine myself going back to my vomit. So that's just it. So those of you obedient or whatever you used to call yourself, you are not a movement. You can form your movement and go have a content with the Nigerian state and then use your blood, as many of you are using your blood now, to clean the ground, to pay the price. Then from there now you can build your own solid foundation of your movement. We IPOB have paid enough. So you are not looking for where to come and preach. You have a movement already. You can continue with your obedient movement. And that's all. I have a contact with the Nigerian government, the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police, Nigerian GSS, and every other thing you may think of. And since many of you are afraid of being attacked the terrorists, we are not afraid of attacking the terrorists. They can attack us as terrorists, does not mean anything. We are fighting for our freedom. We didn't kill anybody. You see, many of you are afraid of being tagged as terrorists. There's no issue there. The only issue there is that we don't want to have people who don't have principles in our midst. Thank you.
Mr. Justice, I want to say something real quick to conclude the point I was making.
Can I add something? Can I add something, please? Because I love what you said.
Oh,
Can I?
Can I finish up? Sorry, I was just talking before I was digested by Mr. Justice. So let me just finish up.
okay.
So the thing is, let's all remember, there was a period in time. What we need in whatever we are doing, even as organization, whether obedient or whatsoever, we need diplomacy. I can remember when Onyendu was around, and he was persuaded by the people and some political elites. And some days to election, after we all say, "Oh, we're not going to vote," he came out and said, "Okay, you all can go and vote." He told the people, and some people hacked into that, and some went to vote. It was diplomacy at its own peak. We can say what we want to say at that point, but it happened. It happened. We all are aware that it happened. When he said the deal was signed, and we know that. So we shouldn't have this mindset that, oh, we do because of you are there before. And the thing is that people are some people are going to come. For me, I'm just like, I've given up on the whole system. I'm neither here or I'm neither there. You understand? So we should be open for. Let's not come with the mentality. Oh, after you finish, you want to come back. I mean, how many people you want to do? Millions of Igbo people came out to. In fact, millions of people, Igbo people are obedient as it stands. So you want to tell all of them that, oh, go back to where you're coming from. I mean,
my brother, I think it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing diplomatic about this. In fact, if you had not been part of IPOB, your case would have been different. I would have known how to treat your matter if you have not been in IPOB from inception. But you, in fact, it's okay. It's okay. This place is not where we come to do diplomacy. We are very real. There's nothing diplomatic about what we do. We are very, very real. We say no, it is no. We say yes, it is yes. And there's nothing diplomatic about it. So give mic to another person, please.
And I even want, Heaven, listen. I want to remind you of what our leader said sometime. The Bible even said it. Any person that puts his hand on a plow and looks back is not worthy of the kingdom. Do you understand? And our leader said that when Biafra finally comes, you can do every manner of democracy that you want, but this is freedom fighting. So what you are talking about now is you want to bring in principle of democracy. We are not doing democracy yet. When we get our freedom, then we can do democracy. For now, what Onyendu says stands. What Simon Ekpa says stands. What the people he works with says stands. Thank you very much. I want to bring in Mazi Nogas. Nogas, can you please unmute your mic and talk to us? Nogas.
Yes. Good day, everybody. I thank you, Mr. Success. Thank you, co-host. I thank everyone here. Wherever you are, I thank you all, Biafra and non-Biafrans. I wanted to jump in to my discussion or my own contribution, but the last man that just spoke now, I just want that man to.
Sorry, co-host.
We have asked
from Mike.
Can I go ahead?
Nogas, go ahead.
Okay. So the last guy that just spoke now, I just want some. Have you sit yourself down and ask yourself? I don't know wherever you are. Ask yourself, in 5 years' time, what will be the future of your children? If you're married or if you're not married, you ask yourself, in 5 years' time, okay, let me just say, for those that are in Biafra, have you asked yourself, in 5 years' time, what will be the future of your, if you're not married, of you, your family general, and those that are married, and those that have kids? Ask yourself this question: what will be my children's future in 5 years? Now that this all election is already concluded by the cabals, ask yourself, where do you want to be first? Let me put some things clear to people. I wanted to talk about the issue of our people.
There is noise, Joe. There is noise here.
Some people might they mood some those don't.
I think it's the co-host. Co-host, your mic is open.
Nogas. Nogas, open your mic, please.
Okay. Can everyone hear me, please?
We can hear you, but I think the co-host, your mic is open. Always mute it.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is this. There's nothing like we all don't see what is happening. Let's take it like we don't have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no Mazi Simon Ekpa. There's nothing like IPOP or any form of agitation. As a human being created by God, God have given you will. God have given you understanding. They have given you the spirit to design good and bad. How do you think, what do you think with this present condition of this nation, Nigeria? How do you reason that you will be, what will be your dream in 5 years to come? Don't you say that if you sit yourself down, everybody have to go home? In fact, with all the conclusion of election, if you look on most of social media, you see that those Nigerians or those one Nigeria, no one is posting the result of just like the last presidential election. Nobody cares again. People have understand that. Oh, true. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying is true, huh? And what Mr. Simon is saying too. Oh, this is true. Everybody is sitting back home, and this time you are sitting at home. Use your head. Ask yourself and your family questions. Ask your wife. Look, let me tell you, people. You see, those people. I just want to touch some part of things. And if you're a sharp brain, you just grab something there. There was a time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, mental toughness. Mental. You got to be mentally. Your head need to be hot. And I want to ask those people that are married of our parents today. If as a father, you have kids, and you are the one that brought them out from where God kept them. Then during the time you, as a father, you went to work, you come back home, and you give your wife whatever whatever you have for food, and your wife cook finish. You and your wife, secretly or openly eat the food finish without your children. I want to ask you one question. How do you think your children will react? And if you don't give them that food within 24 hours, what do you think those children reaction will be, or their decision, which God have given them the will to think? Well, what you as a father that eat that food, what do you think that those children will do? Those children will pick, they even naturally, they will pick up solution. And that solution that children will pick, either it goes inside the child will enter street. Some will just become one bad person or something like that. You understand me? And now, when they enter the street, you will now hear that he's caught, or police catch him, or one thing or the other. He's now a victim of one thing or the other. As a father, will you be happy? What? Even that child, when that child want to come back, the child will come back with violence. The child will come back with anger. The child will come back with regret in him. The child will come back as I'm abandoning this man, and whatever that is coming upon him, I don't care. That is what is happening in Nigeria today. The youth are waking up. If you're a father and you feel like you don't want to talk, you don't want to lecture your children, maybe yes, truth, you may not know history of your life. That is why that's why you can't express yourself, or furthermore, in letting your children know who they are. But one thing I want you all to understand today is this. It's going to be like somebody, they pour acid, they fry the person in a hot oil, they still bring the person again and grind the person pieces and use the powder, your ash, they just spray it on top of ocean or in the air. That is how APC government will treat each and every of you. I'm not saying it because I want to say it, but it's a message for you people. You people, if you people will not come out fully and cry out to divide this nation, to separate, your children will become nothing. It doesn't matter who you are. Your children will become nothing in the next 5 years to come. So everybody pick up. And now, Mr. Success, I know definitely you people may be close to Mansi Simon Ekpa. Another thing I want to talk about are our people in Lagos. Those are all different places that all over the whole. I'm not talking about other countries. I'm just talking about Nigeria. This room, okay? So the thing I'm talking about here now about our people outside there is this. Please, there are people that are willing to leave. There are people that are willing to come back. When you go back to the root, to the history, the way not even our culture, those days, there are people that committed some atrocities, some things that you understand what I'm saying. They casted them away. Some travel and they refuse not to come back. When you tell them to come back home, they'll be frantic. They'll be scared. They'll be afraid to go home. Majority of them are in Lagos. So I want to talk about this, that the reason why all these things are happening and those people are afraid are the bad uncles in the village. Our bad uncles in the village will be the reason why so many of our people will not come back home. So I am now using this opportunity to plead to Mazi Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government in Israel or something like that. Please, they should start looking into the section of, or creating one section, or I don't know how to call it, organization that will start looking into those our wicked uncles. So many of us today will run
Sorry, my brother. I disagree with you. There is nothing like that. I totally disagree with you. Our brothers in Lagos,
yes,
there is
you
Anyway,
disagree with me.
we'll
Okay,
create
you will
the
disagree with
Department
me.
of Anti-Witchcraft.
disagree.
Say, Chineke, man, this guy is funny. So we're going to create a Department of Anti-Witchcraft.
No. Listen, listen, can I just finish and let me just round up and tell you this.
All right, round up, please, so that others can pick up the
Okay.
mic, please.
Okay, let me tell you this. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm one of those people that my own mother tell me that my father left village or their compound because of bad uncles. And that thing will not make my mother, and then said that you will not be able to tell me exactly where my family. Do you know the reason why I'm saying this? I'm not saying it if you may understand it on your own way, but I'm telling you that majority of people in Lagos or any other places are afraid to come back home. Whether you like it or not, this is just my own idea to share. Thank you so very much. Let me stop here and give other people.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Thank you. But, there are who is talking? Please mute.
It's me.
Mute. Someone.
Is your co-host. I just want to say.
Okay. Go ahead.
Mazinogas, there is another body that is called Custodians of Culture and Tradition in Biafra. You don't know about them. So what you are complaining now has been taken care of many years ago in IPOB. The moment Biafra is declared and our people are coming home, you have to just come home. Biafra land is a land of milk and honey, land of longevity. All those things you are talking about right now have been taken care of. Those group, they know what they're doing. None of such evil people will exist in Biafra land. Believe me. Okay.
Good.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you. I didn't know such thing have already been taken care of. That is why I'm just saying it now. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I think he raised a very good concern, but it's not what we will be creating department for. I could remember in the year 2018, we abolished the OSU system in Igbo land. It was abolished practically from our throne at Aguleri. It was abolished. So many more are coming, and the many that you don't know of have been taken care of. So don't be scared. And the spirit has no limitation. Spirit has no boundary. If you're in Lagos running because of one uncle in the village, he's not attacking you with a machete physically. He's attacking you with a words of spells. And in the air, there is no boundary, there's no limitation to anything. So it goes. If you can do better in Lagos, and maybe your village is one place at Ngopala, and you are in Lagos doing well, and you are told to come home, you can as well go to Abana, or go to Port Harcourt, or go to Owerri, or any of the cities, and you still do well. If what you have been prohibited is not to touch the soil of your village, which I don't believe that they exist. So please, those things will be taken once the Holy Land merge. All those things will fade away. Every man will enjoy this land the way it used to be. So what we are talking about is the impact of 2023 election on our struggle. How positive has it affected it, and how negative has it affected it? This is what we are talking about. And every speaker, please, 2 minutes, so that we can have a whole lot of speakers here, because a lot of people are joining this. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mazin Noble, can you please open your mic?
From me, good afternoon, good morning, depending wherever you are. My special greetings to success of giving me not to evaluate the 2023 election that have just taken place in Nigeria.
Your mic is giving us a bad signal.
Hello? Are you hearing me?
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. So my greetings once again. I want to first of all send my regards to our able dragon, the good guy, for his good work and all the team that are working with him, and to the media warriors and every member of Autopilot and genuine IPOB freedom fighters. I'm happy that I can see Dr. Jeffrey in this very space, and Success already addressed him, but I'm still happy that he could stay and listen to our discussion, because I remember vividly how he tried to attack Simon Ekpa, asking him, do you think that that is how you're going to get Biafra? But I'm happy that he has lived to see the same cry, what made us to ask for Biafra. The Obi, he gave every support. And I think and I believe that Dr. Jeffrey was the one who doctored the listing of IPOB as a terrorist organization, just to make way for Obi. We all know that Britain bring Obi to see how they can diffuse the agitation of Biafra. They started singing of New Nigeria. And I was laughing because the water has entered Obi's mouth, nose, and ear. The people that they are trying to rebuild, the country is trying to fix, has happened to be. Now he ran to court. They already suggested to him, go to court. And of course, if Nigerian government could not obey their own court to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom appeal court have asked them to release unconditionally, and the United Nations Arbitral Committee have given order that she should release him 6 months from the time they issued the order, and that time has gone, yet he is still in DSS dungeon, and nothing is happening. And Dr. Jeffrey supported the beat to the grassroots, and himself a witnessed. I'm trying to figure out from him as he's here, what will be his next action? Because he has seen that Obi will never smell that position. And if we will do, the people that created Nigeria and with the cabals managing it for them will automatically eliminate Obi, unless if himself is part of the system, which I believe he may be. But he's a retired mental health officer and a psychologist. I still believe that he has a lot to do. Maybe he joined us in this space to apologize for his inept actions towards Biafra. Because if Jeff can see good thing in Nigeria, he would have seen the 6 million Biafran children, women, youths that were killed in 1967 to 1970. And this time they are still killing us. When our people want to resist, they will rise up against us. Did Jeffrey saw that during this election period, Nigeria got fighter jets from America and are using it to intimidate our people hovering over the air. Yet, they want to support one Nigeria. I believe that this kind of man, I don't want to be insultive to him, but I want him to go back to the status quo. Like Simon Ekpa told him, go and read the history of Nigeria. Ask questions about Nigeria before you come into space and say, drop this agitation. Because every nation that feel that you are not fit in a nation where you belong to, you have the right to agitate for separation or for referendum to disintegrate, or a better way of living that can accommodate every tribe or every ethnic groups or every persons in that very nation. But it was nowhere to be found in Nigeria as a nation. So, having said that, I want everybody to stand firm because the election has come and gone. Now, I want, like I said before in other platforms, let all the media warriors pick every details of the events that have taken place, all the crimes committed by NEC, all the thuggery works done by the politicians hired thugs did, the strong ballot boxes, the security agents helping to aid this stealing of ballot boxes, destroying the ballot boxes, and other things. Let them document it so that when we have a full documentary of all this nonsense they did and call election, which I was one of the politicians then in the year 1999 to 2003. I was a member of ANPP then, that is under Buhari, against Obasanjo. And we know how Obasanjo sit down at the Aso Rock in 2003 and wrote gubernatorial election. And nobody did anything. The only thing they did is to give Lagos, Kano, which they know that it is a hotspot, it's a volatile area. They give it out to oppositions. But the other states, they conquered without anybody talking anything. You end up in court. They control the court. They control the judiciary. There's nothing you can do. They will delay it until after 4 years. I believe that Atiku Abubakar's case, which Peter Obi was his running mate then, is still in court. Yet another election has come. Atiku contested the election. Obi now contested the election. He will go to court, but the court will remain until Tinubu has finished 4 years and they go for the second round and they may go and contest. And people like Dr. Jeff will come and teach us that Nigeria will work. I don't know how this kind of Nigeria will work. So we have all seen it that Igbos are not wanted in the Nigeria system. They only want to keep us because they are something that benefiting from our land. They are something that benefiting from us. I remember during the Obasanjo regime, they took away rice importation, sugar, and other things from Ibeto and gave everything to a northerner called Dangote. Today, he's the Africa's richest man. But this guy is controlling the resources of Babangida, Abacha, Abdulsalami Abubakar, even Obasanjo, and some other stolen things from the politicians. But nobody is saying they all know about it. But they cannot talk about it because it's the same. They know what they're stealing from Nigerian government. So all the international communities that observed the February 25th February election, they all knew that that election was totally a fraud. But I was surprised to see the Prime Minister of Britain sending congratulatory message to Tinubu, a drug mule that was internationally known. And they acknowledged it because they never want anything good to come out from Nigeria, let alone Biafra land. They don't want anything good to come from Africa because they are making Africa. And they will make us to fight each other. So they will have space to take what belongs to us. So I want to thank each and every one of our men who stood their ground and say, let there be no election in Biafra land. They thought that we were going to shoot gun. But who shoot who? The politicians shoot themselves. There are some politicians they killed. I remember one senator, LP senator in Enugu State. They killed him prior to the election. Under normal condition, they will label it that it's IPOB or autopilot that killed him. But I believe that some of them have found out that it's their political opponent, that the politicians that did it, that most of the atrocities going on in Biafra land, even in Anambra, were politically motivated. Dr. Anyole, late Chika Akonyele, was recently discovered that the people that killed him were politicians. But they will label IPOB, they will label autopilot or ESN, that they did this, they did that. But our people know the reason why we say people don't come out when we're taking this action. The enemy will use that opportunity to do something against you. And the answer is that it is these people. The DSS will wear a mask and came out as unknown gunmen and kill people. They will say it's IPOB. Police, the same thing. Politicians will use thugs. Thugs has been part of politics in Nigeria. And every politician has a group of boys he hired. Recent announcement or so, social media carried it last week that PDP in Enugu State have given gun to thugs in all the local governments in Enugu State. I know that they do these things far back in 2003, which I was part of the politicians then. They gave them double barrel and they were shooting it all the night until the day of election. So if you don't have gun, what are you coming out to vote? Even when you finish the vote, they will come and carry the ballot box and go and change it. Now they brought the beavers in this very election. Did they talk about beavers yesterday? The beavers is dead as those who brought it. Nothing. If really that people are interested in making Nigeria work, they would have allowed a referendum. They would have allowed the people, the indigenous people, to decide where they will go or how they are going to stay together. But they don't want that. And whenever you want to do something, they say you are a rebel, you're a this, you are that, you are a terrorist. But I want to tell you guys, let nobody's heart fail because they said you are a terrorist. Terrorism is not when you are looking for your rights, when you want to take what belongs to you from the oppressor, he will label you a terrorist. It's not something that happens today. Recently, they said that ICC have issued warrant of arrest to the president of Russia, Putin. And I was laughing because I don't know how they're going to arrest Putin. What of America that have killed a lot of people? What of America that engineered NATO? They come to and destroy a nation of Libya in Africa. What of Biafra they have killed in 1967 to 1970? Did they arrest Gowon? Up to now they are killing. Did they arrest any of them? One of our brother mentioned P2B's regime when Masob was in full force taking this agitation. Was it not P2B that engineered the massacre of the youths who were demonstrating with placards and flags, Biafran flags? They don't have gun, they don't have machete, they don't have stick. He ordered the DSS to go and deal with them. And nothing.
No, but I think the host,
Please, yes.
the host have mute everybody.
Yes, please, Oga Simon Ekpa is here with us. And I'm giving him mic. Let me invite him to speak. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let me give Oga Simon a mic to speak. Yes. He's requesting mic. All right, Major Wag, the good guy.
Good evening, my fellow Biafrans. Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. Good morning, depending on where you are watching from. Our voice and the sound from this moment should be going to the heaven. When we talk, the sound of our voice should be going all the way to the heaven above. Because we have vindicated the Lord of hosts and the Lord in heaven has shown that he is really indeed the God of the Biafra people. Today, everybody has been put to shame. Today, we are vindicated. But it is not just enough saying vindication, vindication. Being vindicated is not enough. Our target and our only agenda is to see the Biafra exit from Nigeria this year. And like I have always said, it is only the truth that will stand the test of time. No matter how life lies, no matter how life lies, no matter how you tell the lies, it is only the truth that will stand the test of time. Today, our truth, our diligence, our resilience is standing very, very strong, irrespective of all the blackmails, propaganda, false hope, scam, and criticism coming from people that are very ignorant of Nigeria. Today, all of them has been put to shame. What are we going to gain by just putting them to shame? Nothing. Nothing. The only thing is that check yourself, you listening to me here today, Has your actions, your ignorance, your inability to reason and have vision, has it led to the death of many people today? Has your support for one Nigeria, has your support for this Nigeria election led to mislead people to their early death and early grave today? What role have you played to the impunity in trying to validate impunity because you have been deceived for people that knows you know nothing about Nigeria? So all of you listening to me today that were part of the other side just a few days ago, search yourself. What was your role in trying to drag Biafra people into Islamic State, which have been almost completed from the 1989 Abuja Declaration, which we have continued to explain and lecture our people, including those who have come to pretend they love us. Today, what role have you played? Are you going to have peace with God? Is God going to forgive you? Even all that we have tried to make you understand that you are following a very wrong path. Some of you followed Obi. I can see Dr. Jeffrey here, always coming, looking for Obi, looking for Nigeria. I don't know what your interest in Nigeria. We told you that Nigeria is evil. We told you that the Nigeria entity is wrong. We told you that Nigeria is faulty. You said you look for every candidate Obi. We told you that Obi also is a very, very scamish, a very criminal-minded man who murdered Biafra people while he was the governor of Anambra State. Obi killed us, threw the Biafra people into the river, and their body were floating on the river. You said you were following Obi. Obi was never a serious-minded person. Today, he is endorsing PDP gubernatorial candidate in Cross River. And yet, we told you this thing, but you didn't know. I was talking with Dr. Jeffrey, somebody that comes and show his picture. He looked very reasonable, looked very educated man, looked like somebody who can think very fast, who can think and assimilate information. He knows nothing about Nigeria, just like many of them who were sheepishly following Obi. After speaking with this Dr. Jeffrey that I'm seeing here, he said he don't know anything about Nigeria, that he just happened to bump into where they are discussing about Nigeria on social media, and he picked interest. He checked the candidate, and he found out that Obi is the right candidate. Obi can never be a right candidate in a country where the foundation is faulty. Obi has committed crime, money laundering crime, international money laundering crime. If Obi is in your country, Dr. Jeffrey, you will not allow him to run for president of your country. Because while he was the governor of Anambra State, he siphoned money meant to develop the state and put it in an offshore account. That's a crime. Anybody that squandered the public fund that is supposed to be used to build hospital, build road, build educational system, build infrastructure, and bank it in an offshore account, that is the highest crime you can commit against the state. Atiku is a criminal. He was charged, indicted in the United States for money laundering. So I do not know where you are. I think, Jeffrey, you are in the United States. The other day I saw where you were posting something on your Twitter that calling your county, whatever, to come and check the pothole in the road. Have you seen the road in Nigeria? Do you know that that pothole you were posting on your tweet, calling your representative to come and fix it, is an express? If it is in Nigeria, it is where plane will take off. Because that is expressway in Nigeria. But you are just calling your representative to come and fix it. Ordinary small pothole. If you have a road like that in Nigeria, they will make it, turn it into airport, into runway. And we were telling you to not give credence to Obi, not give credence to Nigeria. Nigeria is a fraud. Today you are here again on our space to listen. I am not saying that the shame should be on you, but now, if you have not learned your lesson, you must tell us what you are looking for in Nigeria. Why are you interested in Nigeria and you are not interested in the people that are fighting for their freedom? All of you know the truth. Don't say that you don't know the truth. Even if you don't know the truth before, you should have listened and analyzed our own concern we are raising. Let's assume that you are novice, you are an alien when it comes to Nigeria issue, but you have heard us voicing us our concern. You have heard from the time immemorial the history of Nigeria, how the leaders were condemning the unity that were never there. Everybody from Azikiwe to Awolowo to Tafawa Balewa to Ahmedu Bello, all of them have said Nigeria can never work. The Britain have also confirmed that Nigeria can never work. And the time has never been as ripe as it is now. But everything happened for a purpose. All of you are coming back today because you have been fucked up left and right by evil entity that want to turn Nigeria just like the Afghanis Taliban. So I want to make it very clear that all of you are now ashamed. God has disgraced you. Those who were celebrating that Simon Ekpa was arrested, some of them is being abducted in Nigeria today. There is one I just tweeted a few minutes ago. He has been abducted. His own is that before he come out of that cell, all his teeth, his eye will be pulled off, because I trust the people working in the Nigeria CID, those half-baked Boko Haram and half-baked Christians there. They are going to punch him, torture him very well. That's what they do. Before you even say, I am not part of it, your face has been designed. That is, the karma is coming very fast on all of you. By the time Nigeria finished with you, of course, Dr. Jeffrey is not a Nigerian, so he doesn't care. So long as Obi is not a president, that is the pain. He does not lose anything. I'm just very interested in knowing what he's going to say here today. Please, our autopiloted movement of the Biafra liberation that are going to bring Biafra out of Nigeria this year, please give Dr. Jeffrey mic. We want to hear how disappointed he is. If he's man enough to pick up the mic, please go ahead and give him the mic. Thank you.
Invite to speak. Okay. Yes, so Jeffrey, I've given you the mic. You can pick it up from there.
Let him come and speak. It was not before. Now, when Obi was running around, we told them, Obi was in court since 2019. There is no result. We were telling this man, you are following scammers. Nigeria politicians are scammers. He was following Obi. Let him come and talk. How he is feeling today. Please, he must take up mic. Otherwise, we remove him from this space.
I think he's not coming up. He's not coming up. Dr. Jeff, please. The mic is yours. He's running away.
He's no longer proud. He's no longer proud of Obi. If we give him another 10 minutes or another few seconds, he didn't come. Remove him here. We don't need them. We don't need them.
Okay,
we're going to fight our way out of Nigeria without him. Or without people like him. Let him go and research.
Dragon, ask him if he's one who engineered the listing of IPOB in a terrorist group, because he might be the one who doctored it.
He can list IPOB as a terrorist for all we care. We don't care shit about what they think about us.
He's not taking the mic, so I have to remove him. Dr. Jeff, pick up the mic.
They should wait. They should wait for us. We are coming. The thing is that they're not going to be at the receiving end. The liberation fight for Biafra have just started yesterday. They're going to hear from us. They can go and write whatever they want to write. We don't give a fuck. We are fighting for survival. These people don't know anything about what we go through in Nigeria and in Africa. Who cares about whether they call us terrorists or not? Are they not the one who funded Taliban? Are they not the one who founded Taliban to fight Russia? Are they not the one who funded the people that fought against Gaddafi in Libya? Is it not coming from America? What do you call them? That you have Boko Haram today in Nigeria, are they not using arms supplied by America? Let me see who is going to come and capture me that I'm fighting for my freedom and calling me terrorist. To hell with all of them.
Even Afghanistan, they are calling for Putin's arrest, but they threaten the judges in ISIS not to bring up to issue any arrest warrant of any American citizen over the genocide they committed in Afghanistan. But today they are there.
Our fight is against a terrorist state, and we are making it open. I'm not hiding my mouth. We are fighting against Nigeria government, and the war is going to be very open very soon. We are not fighting any ethnic group. We are not fighting any individual. We are not fighting any organization. We are fighting against Nigeria state, their military, and all their establishments in Biafra land. That's what we are fighting.
Dr. Jeff is not talking. Is not coming, and should I go ahead to remove him?
Go ahead and remove him. Let him go and complain to his county, and remove him from here. Next time, if you come here, you know how angry we are. It is a fight for freedom. We are not here to do politics. Remove him if you don't want to speak.
Yes, I think I'm doing so. I've removed him.
Go ahead.
Definitely go. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming to our space. And we are asking, telling the Biafrans that yesterday's election and the election of 25th of February has all marked the end of Nigeria, because those who don't understand Nigeria, like Jeffrey, we try to explain to him, he never wants to learn. He has seen the practical that Nigeria does not observe or practice democracy, that Nigeria is a business center put together by the Britain. And Nigeria has dealt with the people shouting democracy. Just like yesterday, see what the blood pouring in Lagos and the other part of Nigeria, where they are electing a governor. In the United States, will this happen? They are electing a governor and somebody came to snatch a ballot box. And that is the end of it. So this is what we are talking about. We are celebrating that Nigeria has ended. The more gentle push, Nigeria will collapse. So my co-host, I don't know, are you still here? My co-host has gone. Okay, Nobu, you have spoken. Ugochukwu, go ahead.
I was still talking when our dragon came in. You omitted everybody. I mean, you muted everybody.
Okay, I am. Finish up. Round up.
Yeah, I'm happy that Dragon came timely, because I was addressing Dr. Jeffrey, reminding him what he said the time Dragon talked to him, and he said, "Is that how you are going to get Biafra?" Okay, let us see. Now he can bear us a witness that Nigeria is irredeemable, is irreparable. There's nobody that can put Nigeria in order again. Nobody created of God on earth can do it. So having said that, it is a good thing that Dragon is here. We are going to push and push and push and push using the already cracked Nigerian wall, especially in this election, to present our matter anywhere in the world. He is in Finland and they are writing all kind of nonsense petitions back home. I have not seen the Igbo elders. I've not seen the Nigerian elders condemning all these elections, all these frauds and everywhere. I've not heard of Hanese again talking about P2B and all the nonsense that are going on. They all went underground because they have been bribed. So I think it is a good thing that Dragon is here. He should work with all the media teams, gather all the information, no matter how small. Let all of them be filed. Give it to all the parliaments, Finland parliament to study, the executive of parliament to study, and other national governments of other countries of the world to see the reasons why we said we don't want to be part of this system again, and they are forcing us, and they say we're causing trouble here and there. We're doing this, we're doing that. Is this how a nation is supposed to be? People that kill people without any remorse. Just like what he said, everywhere yesterday, blood in Lagos, blood everywhere. They don't want Igbos to vote. They don't want them to vote to the right person. They want their own thing to be their way. But you don't want us to go. So I'm thanking God that this election has come and nobody will blame autopilot and nobody will blame any freedom fighter that they are the reason why the election did not hold. They have seen it with their eyes. It is very, very clear, crystally clear that Nigeria is not what being a nation and can never be a nation that will bring everybody together. God, they have failed. In the north, I have not heard any news. I saw in social media where all the people in Boronu fill the streets, the road, singing for APC. Now, Boronu that has suffered Boko Haram, Boronu that have suffered a lot of things, yet they embraced Shetima because he is going to be the president, not even Tinubu. Shetima is going to be the president. And like I was telling some people who are saying that Obi is in court, that is what they want you to do. You must be in court. I was telling Jeffrey, Obi is part of Atiku. Their case is still in court. Now another election has gone. So his own case will be there. So where is he going? No?
Hello.
Hello.
Contribution is simple. I think when we talk about who should be on the Nigerian side, I think should be Simon himself. But for Simon to have publicly come out and denounce Nigeria publicly, return as a kind of all the medals that he won for Nigeria, you know that Simon himself at a given time was a one Nigerianist, and for him to realize that actually Nigeria is not going to work, and that's the fact. And expect people who thought they are in the same fight to understand that this country, this whole thing they call a country, of course, to me, it's not a country. It's not going to work. For so many years, we have been expecting for things to get better. And I must tell you that this part of people, I would say the Biafrans, are the one who has tried their best to put Nigeria in a state where it should work. But every effort has been proven abortive. No matter the effort you try to put into this contraption, at the end of the day, they rubbish it. I think that was why even Simon Ekpa himself realized and then decided to join the struggle. And now he's championing it. For anyone who has been into this matter or who has discussed this kind of thing before and thinking is not doing the right thing, I'm speaking specifically about the people that call themselves obedient. I think they are being hypocrites. They know the truth. They won't come out to face the truth. Unlike the Dr. Jeffrey that was just kicked out or removed, he is not a Nigerian, so he can stay apart up and say it's nonsense and rubbish. If you live in Nigeria, you will know the reality that this thing cannot work. This is not a nation. It's not a country. And oil cannot mix with water. There is no how. Even ongoing before the election, you will know what is going to happen. If you really know Nigeria, you can forecast and tell what is going to happen or what will happen. And eventually, I'm not disappointed. Simon shouted and he created enough awareness for people to understand that this whole thing that they are shouting, calling themselves obedient and all these things they are running, scatter, can never work. You cannot even forget in a hurry when a sitting governor in a particular state in the north says, instead of power to be given to a man to an Igbo man, they would rather go to war. They've decided to mute this side of people that they are not part of the country. So if they want to go and anybody is ready to, and people wants to go, why can't you just allow them to go? Why with people from like Dr. Jeffrey, who knows nothing about the reality on ground in Nigeria, be coming and be prognosing? Now, Katrina Lang is done with Nigeria. She's out. I don't know this kind of people that we have around the world. We kept on hoping that UN will help us, that European Union will help us, that AU will, African Union will help us. All these people are the one who has decided, they colluded with the government that is causing this chaotic in this contraption called Nigeria. And the more we waited for these people, we'll wait till thy kingdom come. I think the best thing is just what is being said. We should just focus and then get our freedom. I pray that this happen. This is my prayer, my long-time prayer, that this happen. And for the people who are throwing stone at Simon and all that, now I think their eyes should be clear. Simon might just be joining the struggle yesterday. But when somebody is telling you the truth, you don't, because of envy, you turn against that person. And all the people who are stoning him or who are fighting him, they have not even given an inch. In fact, I'm not even talking about in a state level or in a federal level or in a national level. I'm talking even in their own local government. They have not even contributed anything, a dime, to the so-called country that they say they are defending today. I think they should try to understand that when a whole race of people, a whole nation of people is being termed as bad name, has been given a bad name, no matter what they do, it's like they don't exist. And for that reason, they are now trying to make the country like a kind of an Islamic nation, which is not accepted by that set of people. And if really wants to go, fine, let them go. That is as simple as ABC. I don't know why some people will just be throwing stone and everything. Well, my contribution is just that by the grace of God, the election has come and gone, and everybody can now see that there is nothing close to election. It's a perfect selection, and everything that is happening just has proven the Simon right and everybody who supported the right that, okay, this cannot work. There is nothing wrong. Even referendum and everything is a civic right. You should vote. It's your civic right. You don't want to vote. It's your civic right. You want to go your separate ways. It's your civil right. So why should people have to be against their own? My pain is just that somebody who doesn't know anything about Nigeria comes says rubbish about people who are living in there. Even I was in the other platform the other time, the people that call themselves Dr. Damages, they pack themselves together, they speak good English, but they are all illiterates, all of them. You see the truth and you just don't want to say it, or you are trying to that cannot work.
Joseph, round up so that others can.
All right, thank you. My take is just that Simon should just be strong, because I know he has given a lot to this so-called fake country or something, and for him to have the balls to come out to denounce it, and that now he has realized how to go. I think my full support goes to him and everybody who really wish to see Biafra, and I pray that God will strengthen them the more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And there's one thing I would do. Mute yourself. Just unmute.
Okay.
Unmute. There is one thing I want to correct. And that thing is saying somebody joined the struggle yesterday. The struggle for Biafra is an internal movement, which even after the restoration of Biafra, it continues, because humanity, so long as Biafra exists, must be free. And Simon, who they ascribed to be a new person in the struggle, is not a new person in the struggle. They fought in Finland and established a Igbo union just to make sure that there is a voice coming from that angle that speaks on behalf of Ndi Igbo, which in general, Biafra. And he has shared that very organization until he finished his tenure. And the organization is still there. The same organization, that is what we call indigenous people of Biafra. It's all the organization of Isoko, Igbo, Ogoni, everywhere you are representing your people in an umbrella. That is IPOB meeting. So this one, people say he joined the struggle yesterday. There's nothing like yesterday. He has been a freedom fighter. He fought for Igbos in Finland to make sure that they have voice, that Igbos in Finland gave their voice back home. He's still fighting that in general, that the whole of Biafra must have a voice. So when ignorant people speak that he's a new man in the struggle, that is not true. He has been there. All his life has been a life of a freedom fighter, and it's continued. Thank you.
If I may say, I understand that he's been there. what I'm trying to say is that at least I've been following Simon since 2019, and I've been even to date. I think this is just the second time I'll be speaking on space about this. You know, you might not actually be a frontier, and then your heart is all about your people. I think that's the kind of person that Simon is. His heart goes out after his people, and at the same time, thinking or he believed that this country can work, even when he was having his meetings with Nnamdi Kanu, and then, but he realized he's a kind of person who came to understand to himself that, come, of the truth, what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is perfectly right and it's okay. And that, I believe, that was the reason why he decided that he is a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. And ever since he has been saying that, and all his activity has never gone against him. Even when he was interviewed by the Arise and they asked him that question, he said, yes, I believed I take him as my leader. You understand? So at this point in time, when you get to realize that, okay, I think this thing I'm doing, I should channel my energy towards realizing this goal. No matter when you come up, you are saying the truth. People should support you. I don't see the reason why some people be saying, he is small, is it? Some in the United States of America, if you are above 18 years old, you should take decisions. And now, this is a man, by the grace of God, has attained a certain position in his life. And like I used to tell the people here, I said, you are talking about Simon Ekpa is not your problem. Simon Ekpa is okay for himself, to take care about himself and forget anything about you. But he's
sorry, Joseph. Can I say something because of what you've already submitted here? Because a few minutes ago, I was just in one of the Obedient and One Nigerianist space, and one of the guys over there was telling the people that have seen the truth, that have seen what Simon and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying, was telling the people not to come back to IPOB. Like, he was telling them now that they have seen that Nigeria is failing and that it doesn't mean that they should come back to IPOB, that they should continue fighting. And, he was talking, they were planning about going for protest tomorrow, Monday. So I was just laughing in that because I tried to come in and say something. They did not give me mic because of my picture on the profile. So they were actually, I was like, in my mind, these people have not even demanded for the result or the court order for Lekki Toll Gate that happened previously. And they are planning another protest. And also, just in this space that we are in, somebody called Heaven was talking about those people that fell off from IPOB. How are we going to welcome them? I also hear the submission of success. So, if it would be possible to, throw some light for these people, those fallen angels that have now realized that they fucked up and they don't know where they are now wandering in the space of Nigeria and between Nigeria and Biafra. If you can say something about them, maybe because Heaven was asking if we are going to welcome them back or something, So if maybe you can throw more light on those people that have seen the truth now and they are confused, either to remain or come back to Biafra.
Simon is not, you are not going to shit and Simon will come and pack it for you.
Yes, of course. Simon, of course, listen, these people that are coming back does not mean they are coming to take any post in IPOP or
Ugochukwu, you are drawing us backward. You are drawing us backwards. And I think I have addressed this. Wait, I've addressed this. Heaven spoke, and he is a member of IPOB. He was a member of IPOB, and then jumped into the boat of Obi. Now, boat of Obi has capsided. He is now looking back to jump back into our distance. We don't need distraction. I've already told you. Somebody said right here that obedient are gathering to have a protest from tomorrow. I wish them well. They should go and start their own movement. Since that, anybody that left IPOB to go and jump into Obi's boat and start canvassing for obedience, I wish them well. No need of coming back. And we don't need distraction. We don't want to constitute nuisance. Oh, come and start distracting us. So what do you want Oga Simon to address now? To bring them and engrace them and tell them welcome, or to now say we are outrightly excommunicating them from everything? Of course, they are no longer part of what you are doing, and no need of creating a room to bring them back. They should continue with the obedient movement, go to prisons, that they should be arrested, they will be locked up, they will raise their lawyer to go for their people, they will go to protest, defend themselves against Nigerian DSS and the police and the army and whatever that came to shoot them. They should be able to use their blood now to buy their pride. That's all.
All right, every one of you has speaking very well. I just want to use this opportunity to welcome Itamar Cohen. Itamar Cohen is a listener here. Itamar Cohen is a journalist, believed from the Jewish, from Israel, or the Jewish state of Israel. Itamar Cohen, some of you are to the lost tribe of Israel in Biafra land. What we have done in the last 2 years was to demonstrate our resilience, our readiness to exit Nigeria when the Nigeria state are forcefully doing everything within its position and power to turn us into Islamic State. And we've demonstrated for the past 2 years by embarking on civil disobedience, sit-at-home civil disobedience. This civil disobedience has been, we have exercised them in different occasions, different ways, and presently we are sitting at home every Monday. This has lasted for the past 2 years. And in the history of freedom fighting like this, I believe Biafra people have demonstrated even more than the Gandhis of the days of India during the India Revolution. So for those of you journalists that can write something to help the humanity, to help Biafra people, you must know that the truth is that we did not only sit at home and embark on this civil disobedience for the past 2 years, but also our quest to leave Nigeria and not to be converted by force into Islamic State, has made it possible for us to boycott the Nigeria election. The general election that was on the 25th of February 2023 in Biafra territory, about 25 million Biafrans registered and were ready to vote, to cast their vote to validate Nigeria. We called on them to not validate Nigeria, that this is the year we are going to fight, so that what happened in Afghanistan will not happen to us. They listened to our call, and over 20 million people boycotted the election. So in the Biafra territory, instead of the 25 million people to vote, which would have given P2B if actually he was running for president, 20 million people did not go out to vote. We observed sit at home or civil disobedience, and in Biafra land during the day of that election, everywhere was under lock and key. So the only people that validated the Nigeria election as at that time was just about 4 million people. So Tamar Cohen, I'm just telling you this so that in case, if you happen to be one of those journalists that will write about the impunity that happened in Nigeria, so that those of the people in Israel or some of your readers will understand and have the knowledge of what is going on, because there are a lot of propaganda out there, a lot of blackmail. Nigeria government focus on making sure that all their monies and resources goes to fighting Biafra and making them list Biafra as people that are violent and all that. We are going to be violent against the people that are killing us. We will continue to be violent against them, which is the Nigeria state. We are not going to fold our arms and our hands again and watch them kill our people, kill our women and children, in quest to use force to stop us from agitating. So for that reason, we're picking up arms, and that arms will be used only against the Nigeria state and their state actors. We're going to be using it until Biafra come. Our aim is to make sure that we don't just sit and watch them kill us like they did in the past. So today they have paid money to those corrupt reporters who will be writing that there are, terrorists in the southeast of Nigeria. We are not terrorists. We are fighting and we are self-defensing ourselves. So against the Nigerian army, the police, and all the state agents and their state actors, whose only job is to come to our land with guns, chain guns, machine guns, with bombs, and they are throwing bombs from the air. They are throwing bombs from the ground. And what we can do is to make sure we repel them as much as we can. And we are really repelling them. So when you report this kind of what is going on in Nigeria from the election, let the people of Israel or your readers in the United States to understand that Biafra people have spoken and we have made history. We have never in the life of Biafra in Nigeria done what we have done this year. We have never achieved historically what we have achieved this year. We have been able to demonstrate that we are not validating election in Nigeria. We are not validating in Nigeria state. We are not validating the Nigeria entity. And what we are asking for is a possibility for us to decide to know how many people that want to be part of this slavery. For us to know how many people that want to be part of Nigeria so that they will wait and allow Taliban in Afghanistan to come and replicate exactly what they did to Afghanistan in Nigeria, and they want to be part of that. But from the results so far, going by the result, over 20 million Biafrans rejected Nigeria, those who are eligible to vote, and they were ready, they collected their PVC and all that, were ready to vote, but because we told them that we are already at the end of the tunnel, they decided to back down. So 20 million rejected it against 4 million people that went ignorantly to validate the election because of P2B. Now, in the yesterday election, when the result come out, the world will know how we rejected the election as well, because this was the worst election ever. Even the 25th of February was a little bit better when we have 4 million people, or 4 million people turned out in Biafra land. So, Kohon, Tamar, this message is for you. And if you would like to talk, I know some of you journalists don't want to talk. You just want to listen and write. So if you would want to talk, you can also request a mic. Otherwise, just continue to listen to the opinion of how successful we were in our quest to stop Nigeria from conducting an election in Biafra land. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And I think I've given him the mic. If he is ready to talk, then he can pick the mic from there. But otherwise, he should just listen to us while we make our points. Yes, we are talking about 2023 election that has just marked the end of Nigeria. This is our stance, and this is our prediction long time ago that we're going to stop the election. Our people will not vote, and this is what will stand out again. And it is the beginning of what we have done and stand out again, that Nigeria will no longer continue. The indigenous people have rejected Nigeria. Rather than Nigeria conducting a general election to elect a president, they should have conducted a referendum to be able to know how many of these people are ready to be part of this federation. And the result will now determine if the majority wants to be part of Nigeria or not. Then if the majority want to be part of Nigeria, then we can go ahead and plan for a fresh election. And if the majority determine that they want to be on their own, so be it. But as we speak currently, Nigeria is afraid of referendum because they know if opportunity for referendum is given, Nigeria will break into pieces. And this is why they have turned to use guns and bullets on indigenous people that has no arms, and using their Fulani herdsmen in our bushes, their police and the army in our cities and towns. And we said enough is enough, and enough is enough of this nonsense. We have to clear our bush by forming our own security outfit And that's what makes Biafra land so calm now as it stands. Otherwise, this election of 25th and of yesterday being 18th would have been so bloody in Biafra that those Fulani that is occupying our bush would have come out and start slaughtering people. But we didn't give them that opportunity. Our leader Mazinam Dekano caught them on time, and this is the result today. Nigeria refused to give in advice to referendum and continue the use of high sophisticated arms, including jet fighters, to kill innocent people in Biafra in the name of searching for Eastern security. Any little provocation, or even at the face of no provocation, Nigeria will burn people's houses and shops and render many thousands of people homeless, just to make sure that we dwell in IDP in internal displaced persons, those their homes camp in IDP camp. But we Biafrans, we are like any other developed nations of the earth. We don't live in IDP, and we are striving so hard to be free and to make ourselves free, starting from no election in Biafra land, which has been achieved, and the agitation continues. Our spokespersons will be Mazin Simon Ekpa will be bringing in some of the dimension that he has after this election. This is where we are now. We are here to tell our story that we were able to stop Nigerian election. 25th, over 20 million people didn't go out to vote because they heed to our instruction that nobody should go out to validate Nigeria for the next 4 years, and they heed to our instruction. And let me bring this to the notice of the public that Shetima, the newly elected vice president of Nigeria, threatened the Igbo livelihoods in 2015. A telephone call between Shetima and a one Yoruba man called Kule, where Shetima was trying to tell the Yoruba person that Jonathan has succeeded in dividing the Yorubas into religious line. That for the first time in history, this was successfully done, dividing the Yorubas into a religious line and turning Yoruba against Yoruba because of Christian or Muslim that exist, the dual religions that the Yoruba people practice. Then he further went to say that they are going to combine force with the Yorubas. Then make sure that every business owned by Igbo man, the pharmacy, the machine pass, motor pass, everything will be taken over by them, and they will do the business, then push us back home to go and drink our oil. That's all. And in Lagos, if Igbo man is, if a Yoruba man is, or Hausa man is paying 10 naira, Igbo man pay 100 naira in a shop. So these are their plans. And very unfortunately to us and to the people of Biafra, this man has emerged the vice president of Nigeria. As we are saying, the safety of Igbos in their land is not guaranteed anymore. Therefore, we have restored to defend our home with anything we have. If you come to kill us, we'll end up in killing you. This is where we are, and this is what the election has given birth to, and this is where we must continue. Thank you. And any other person want to speak? Ugo Chukwu, you have spoken, and I think you have spoken. And Andy, go ahead and speak, plus. Andy Johnson, unmute yourself. Then send in your mic request if you desire to speak, please. Andy Johnson, unmute yourself if you are there. Okay, sir, you can go ahead and let me accept some requests. It's hard to accept. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, all right.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, all right. Of course, yeah. Like that was well stated. Everybody knows the audio that was leaked about Shetima, who is now the vice president elect and all that. So, of course, we are not going to, like we have always said, we're not going to allow any body to kill any Igbo person or any Biafra person anywhere in Nigeria and go free with it. So it does not matter our political differences with those who voted in Lagos, those who voted in Kano and Abuja. Does not matter our political differences or our opinion. We are ready to protect any Biafran anywhere in Nigeria until the last day.
we are going to leave Nigeria. So long as this particular referendum is not yet held, so long as we continue to fight to exit Nigeria, anywhere a Biafran is in Nigeria, and they are in their millions or their thousands, our focus and our interest is there. And our main interest and objective is to make sure that if anything happens, we will mobilize our men to defend them there. So it is just what we are going to do, and we have to do it. And the same thing stand in Lagos. So those who have been threatening them and burning their market, it will no longer be taken lightly with those who burn markets of Biafra people. So any place where any market is burned in Lagos now, we are going to engage them there. Let the whole thing start immediately. So you can't be burning the markets of Ndibo. They are paying taxes in Lagos. They are the one, pushing the economy of Lagos. So if you think that because you are doing opposition and doing some politics in Lagos for that reason, they have nobody to speak for them, it is not going to happen again. The one you burnt before was because we kept quiet, and we want them to learn lesson so that, things will happen to them. Nigeria will happen to them for them to learn. And I believe that they have learned their lesson. So going forward, any place where Igbo market is burnt, we are going to engage them in that community. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. And Ugo, mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. Andy, go ahead and speak. Andy, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. I just want to thank our dragon, Simon Ekpa, for his, good work, and thank all of you people that organizing all these things, to keep us together. That's one thing I just want to request. Is regarding of those people that obedience, those that left and they want to come back. I will just pray on behalf of them. Any of them that want to come back, that we should allow them to come back. It's better they have left and test and tried their own opinion and wanted to come back now. We should accept them, let them rejoin us and put force together and push ahead instead of discouraging them. We have to accept them back. I just pray on behalf of them to someone Ekpa. Whoever want to come back, let them come back. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Just to contribute what you said, I said this thing earlier. It doesn't mean that they are coming back to take any position in autopilot or anything. No, they're not taking anything. They are just coming and supporting what we are doing, knowing truly they have tested what they wanted and then they have seen the truth themselves. So they will come and be at the back and push with us.
Yes, that's good. Thank you.
And also those people that are afraid to come back, they should remember that we have Calabar Seaport. Those they are container and business, they are afraid to leave Lagos. They should remember Iguacha. They should remember Calabar and Iguacha. We have seaport over there, so that when they come back and we get what we are looking for, their business will continue from there. The people that are not doing the normal business, they have Aba. There is Aba main market and Onitsha. There is space for them for to do their business. They should not be afraid to come back. Most of them are not afraid for their uncle. Not only their uncle they are afraid of. They are afraid of selling market, making business, like the Nigerian criminal politicians ended Ibeto business in Umuahia and took it to Lagos and Abuja. So they should know that all these businesses, all these textiles and all these Ibeto kind of businesses will still open again, and they will have their business to run in Biafra land. Thank you.
Okay, I think our spokesperson is here. If he deem it fit, he can address some of those things, your concern. I don't know why many of you are so much concerned about people who go to confirm for Obi and they now fail and they decide to return back. I don't know what they have to offer. So I don't know. But if it is necessary, Gassimon is here. He will address it. Thank you very much for your concern.
Yes, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, this is where our fight is not a segregated fight. Okay, we are not going to, segregate anyone. This freedom is freedom for all, irrespective of our political opinion and differences. Just like I have said, the way we are going to defend our people in Lagos who also went out to vote. That hand of fellowship and open door for love is going to reach everyone. So those who feel that they have derailed, deviated, and now find out that they've made a mistake and they want to come back to the struggle, are welcome to come. We are not going to, lock the door against them, but of course they will not be privy to get closer to us, as such, so they don't get any information of what we are doing. But coming to beat the drum from afar of this freedom of Biafra, they are welcome to sing the praise of the freedom, but not coming to work with us, coming to be part of the decision making, or coming to be part of the inner caucus of the struggle or something like that. But they are welcome to be part of the struggle, because if Biafra come, we are not going to ask them not to come. Those who are Biafrans, they are Biafrans. And that's what makes us different, because everybody must not agree with you. Even if we have a referendum today, a lot of people are going to vote. Those who are hell bent to become slaves, they're gonna vote against it. So, and when they vote against it, we're not going to say, okay, because you vote against the referendum, you will not be part of Biafra. So they're gonna be part of it. And I want everybody to understand that when we are discussing these issues, international bodies are listening, people are taking note, and want to see whether we're able to absolve other people and have what we call the inclusiveness. Inclusiveness after Biafra independence or Biafra freedom is very important, and it has been the fear of many people. So we must continue to demonstrate publicly whenever we are being confronted with a question like this about inclusiveness of those who do not agree with us. It's very important. We are going to have opposition in Biafra. It is going to be allowed. We are going to have the best practice democratic process where the rule of law and justice, equity will be the utmost priority of the Biafra people. So we start it from now. So irrespective of our differences and how they want people to kill me, even those who call for my head, those who say they must kill me, those who say they must repatriate me to Nigeria, those who called me, who called on my head, those who put bounty on my head and all that, I have forgiven them. I have made a broadcast about that it is time for unity, it is time for national unity. Of course, we know there are people who may not be want to have anything to deal with, because they have demonstrated they were part of the struggle, and they were demonstrated that at every given opportunity, they may betray the struggle, in the sense that, they don't want the people that are in the front line of the struggle to be the one that will bring this freedom. So those kind of people will not be given any space at all, not to even talk of coming closer to us. But those who were far, who do not know anything out of ignorance and whatever, and they join the politics because of their political opinion, and they now want to come back, we're not going to say no. But we have to also make sure that we tighten our intelligence and the way we do our things, and they don't have access to it. So everybody who is a Biafran is welcome to fight. And when we give you condition, you follow it. If you don't follow the condition, we'll kick you out of the struggle. As simple as that. Because this is not, we're not practice politics here. It's a freedom fighting. Freedom fighting is different. So you have a limit to what you can do. So if you are not ready to abide by the rules that guide this particular struggle, then you are not going to be part of us. So, but anybody who say that now he has seen the truth, he has seen the light, and want to come back, is welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that address. Without wasting time, Amy, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. And I think we don't have much speakers anymore. After Amy, we may be planning to round up the space. We have been here for 2 hours and Amy, go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon to you all. Okay, my name is Emmanuel. I'm from Cross River State, and it's been long. I've been following the agitations from Mazika Nnamdi Kanu from 2015 till now, and I love the speed and the dimension of Mr. Simon Ekpa. I want to thank you very much for the hits that you pushing to Nigeria. Well, my request is or my idea I want to drop out is if there can be a powerful kind of attack to Nigeria when it comes to launching of country code, internet, electricity shuts down, and then the currency release. I think that's going to shut down the country for us to quickly achieve this goal. Because right from the time I grew up to become a man like this, I tell you, I've not been at peace because I know where I came from. I know my dad fought the Biafra War strongly, and he told me the story, and I schooled in Bauchi State. I knew how they treated me, particularly when a position was to be given to me in my department. It wasn't funny. So I just want a kind of different dimension. I've not been in the agitations here. I created one of the group and I was posting Facebook, crashed the page, and I had to just pause because also my profile was also put to restriction. So I want to bring this idea to the board. If it can be utilized, if this idea can be utilized, I think it will call for the quick attention of the world.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I think it's a good one. Oga, you are here. Please.
Yeah, it's a good one and noted. Of course, our aim is to fight Nigeria with anything we have. So if you are good in cyber security and you know that you have something to offer to this regard, the door is open for you. So we are going to fight Nigeria with anything we have and everything in us. So whether from the cyberspace or whatever, so anybody, if you think you have something to offer to that regard, you can also reach out to us because the fight is open. So, and we're not hiding it. So thank you.
All right, Emma, did you hear him?
Yeah, I got it very clear.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. And
So we can't hear you again.
okay. Sorry, I was muted. Yes, I think we have done well today. Everybody, all the whole people that requested mic, although some network is their problem, like a good man couldn't speak today. Arin they couldn't speak. So many of you that I tried giving mic, but it's not picking. Sorry, next time we will be here. You will speak, and I believe it's going to be another best moment. So I don't have much to say, but everyone listening to us here, Cohen, thank you very much, and all other journalists that came to observe what we are doing. We are just like the Jewish people, not just like the Jewish people. We are Jewish people from a tribe of gods. There's no difference between us and Israel. And we want you to use your God-given talent of relating to the public to relate to them about the plight of Biafra the same way it was with the Jewish people in the 40s. And they fought their way out in 48 finally. And today, Israel is one of the top 10 nations in the world, which await Biafra in no distance time. So we need help from Israel. We need help from all our close allies to ensure that we are free. And I want this 2023 election, will be making a documentary of the thuggery, of the snatching of ballots, the killings, the intimidations, the misguided statements from the governors, and every contestant will be documenting it so that it will be made available for any journalist who wish to have it as a presentation to their own country in helping Biafra out of this very mess. So thank you. Sir, your closing remarks, sir, before we shut down.
Well, Biafrans should wait for us as we are coming to unveil the government of the Republic of Biafra in exile. And then also, as we are going to unveil the map, the current map of Biafra, as we are going to unveil the current provinces and states, as you may call it, of the Biafra people, and then also unveil many things, including the liaison, Biafra liaison in so many countries that is going to be active as we take this fight to the next level. So Biafrans should keep their fingers crossed to the next historic state of the nation that is coming up, and keep your fingers and your ears very, on the ground to not miss anything from today, because we know from yesterday we have entered a new phase of the Biafra liberation. So a lot of events will be happening, and we will keep you updated on Enter Biafra, our channel where we worship. So just make sure you stay online and follow us on Twitter. It is very, very important that when we make tweet on Biafra issue, you retweet it as many as possible. That's only the time it is going to call attention of those that were tagged. So if you are following us on Twitter and you are not retweeting our tweet, it means that you are following is in vain. It is not useful to follow somebody when you can't retweet. If we tag somebody or if we tag some organization and you are not retweeting it to call the attention, it means that there is no need following us on Twitter. So it's very important for everybody to know the importance of retweeting, especially when someone or when an organization or group has been tagged. So the more you retweet, the more they get the notification. So thank you very much, and keep your fingers crossed and wait for us as we come in our next State of the Nation broadcast. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and dear friends, and all lovers of freedom. We thank you all for listening and being part of this very program. From me, from here, this very wonderful afternoon, I would say good afternoon and happy and prosperous new week. Bye.